Good morning to one and all. Today's topic is related to this grouting plant and equipment used for the purpose of grouting. First of all, in this grouting plants, we are having different kinds of equipments and utilizations. We need to have one by one. First one is measuring tank. Normally for the purpose of how much quantity of material we are utilized to fill that void, we need to have some estimation. So that for that estimation content we are utilizing here measuring tank to control the volume of grout injected. That means in some of the cases we are simply pumping the excessive content of material. In those cases there may be some disturbance to this void or method due to this excessive amount of pressure and other surrounding subsoil features. We have to control those by simply observing this measuring tank. Next one is a mixer. Normally for the purpose of mixing two or three different materials to form a grout gel, we are utilizing this mixer. In this mixer to mix grout ingredients. In some of the cases we have to go for a cementitious grout, cement plus sand plus water and some chemical admixtures we are utilizing. Likely here totally we are having four quantities of material, but in case of other chemicals they are having simply two materials. Those two materials they have to mix in a well graded manner, so that they have to use this mixer equipment. Next one is agitator to keep solid particles in suspension until pumped. They have to go for the agitator instrument. Normally whenever we have to use these grouting materials, we have to go for waiting a few minutes. If it is a chemical substance, automatically there will be some formation of a bond, and initially they are in positive charge and negative charges. Due to those also there may be some bond formations. To control those bond formations they have to go for utilization of this agitator. The main purpose is they will keep these solid particles in suspension. Normally suspension means they will float on the top part of the surface, so that there will be no bonding. Next one is pump. Normally for the purpose of draw the grout from the agitator and to deliver to the pumping line, we have to go for this pump. In our household purpose we are utilizing these pumps to draw water from ground level to the top surface. That means below the ground level we are having groundwater content. We are simply excavating those groundwater by the help of these pumps. But in this grouting plants, why we have to go for this utilization of pump? First of all, they need to have to draw the grout from the agitator. On the above sentence, we are having agitator. It will keeps the total particles in a suspension position, so that those suspended particles we have to move from this agitator portion to below the ground level portion. For that purpose, we are utilizing here pump. Next one is control liftings and fittings. Control fittings means in this particular grouting technique we have to go for a forceful pressure we need to utilize. For the purpose of forceful pressure they have to go for a different pumps and these lines, pump lines. Whenever we are giving more quantity of pressure, automatically they are having a chance of bursting. So that they have to go for this control fittings. First of all, to control the injection rate and pressure, so that the hole can be regularly blend with water and thin grout, but means in the pipe itself they are continuously pumping this grouting fluid, so that some part of this grouting material will be stick onto the surface of these pumps, so that the flow of this grouting fluid will be decreases. To control the flow of this fluid, we have to clean these pumps, inner side of the pump, by using this control fittings. That is the purpose. Next one is piping connected to grout holes. Different pipes we have to go to connect. Why? Because in some of the cases the void in the ground will be at a larger positions. That means at a large depths we have to go to pump these grouting materials. In those conditions, we will have to use these fittings with the help of pipeline systems, so that we have to utilize these pipeline systems for a larger length whenever the void is present below the subgrade. So here we have to observe the total flow diagram for the grouting methods. Okay, here they have to use, that means first of all, a measuring water with the help of mixer is there. After that the water is completely feeding into the tank. That means in the tank itself they are having some quantity of this grouting material. After pumping this water into the tank, those two materials, grouting material and water, will blend together. Then they have to form these grouting materials. After that this grouting material will be pumped from this water tank to agitator. In the agitator we have to observe some blades are there. Simply those blades are moving with the help of motors fixed on the top level of this agitator, so that there will be some continuous charged particles will be there. After the agitator is there, some of the grouted materials will be pumping with into these grout pumps. Here they are having grout pumps, so that those grout pumps will directly give huge quantity of pressure. Due to that pressure, the material, that means the whatever the material they are utilizing, total will be flowing onto the void, so that there may be some filling capacity will be takes place due to utilization of these pumps. Whenever we are feeding these grouting materials to this void, automatically due to lack of pressure and other things, there will be no proper filling. Due to those conditions, the total void will not be in a position to set this grouting material. For the purpose of full quantity of filling, we are using these grout pumps. Here also we have to observe two tanks are there. First one is a water meter. In that particular water meter they are having to pump this water. On the top of the portion we have to observe this content of cement, which will be feeding into this tank, so that water and cement both are mixing in a particular tank. After that some motors and grouting developers are there. Due to this grouting techniques and motors, they have to pump this cement slurry into a larger heights with forceful techniques. After that in the second diagram we are having a, particularly in the first diagram we are having horizontal. In this particular case we have to go for this vertical. Water will be feeding to this pump and the cement also feeding, so that some paddles are there. These paddles are simply moving with the help of motors, and those material will be simply blending in a well graded manner. After that some CT in concrete technology we have to go for these utilizations of different materials. All those are takes place in a cylindrical drum. After that the grouted material will be delivered to a location where there will be a need. Here also the grouting agitators different cases. we have to observe agitator and its different cases. First of all, discharge end of the circular line. After that, we are having this motor with these blades. Those two blades we are having, those blades are responsible to well graded manner. That means they have to mix this cement plus water in a well graded manner. After that, they have to pump with some pipeline systems with a forceful techniques. Here also, it is the top view of a particular diagram. View AA, that means on the portion AA they have cutted the diagram and they are simply showing. And a removable screen is there. That means removable screen means whenever there is a content of waste materials present in the grouts, they have to separate those waste materials with the help of these screens, so that the screens are responsible to bifurcate the quantity of larger particles in the grouting materials. After that, we are having pump and well for dispatch, and baffles also there. Those baffles are simply moving ones. And these two techniques we have to observe and we have to bifurcate. That means grouting from bottom and grouting from top. These two are having different advantages. First of all, we have to observe this grouting from bottom. A grout hole of 50 to 75 diameter is drilled to full planar depth. Means in some of the cases we have to observe the grouting, that means void will be there at a larger depth. In those conditions we have to go for the utilization of these pipelines until the void is there. So that they have to grout hole will be 50 to 75 diameter drilled to full planar depth. On the other hand, they are having in rigid soils or in intact rock strata of self-expanding packer is placed directly above the lowest zone and grout is pumped in. And the next one is the procedure is repeated after the packer is raised and fixed to the next zone. Thus the drill hole is grouted successfully upwards. This is the total mechanism from bottom to up. On the other hand, we are having grouting from top. In this particular case, the holes are drilled, down to the seam closest to the surface and grouting is carried out. Holes are then cleaned by washing and drilling continued to the next seam. And the third one is grout process is then affected. And the fourth one is subsequent washing followed further drilling and repeated grouting are done until the entire operation is completed. And last one is grouting is facilitated in a particular zone by fixing packers on the top and this bottom of the structure. This is the technique where they have to go for this grouting from top to bottom. In the previous case, grouting from bottom to top, they are having two different approaches. And what are the different grouting methods they are utilizing? First of all, they are utilizing this permeation grouting, and second one is compaction. Third one, Z grouting. Fourth one, soil fracture grouting. Fifth one, circuit grouting, point grouting, and electrokinetic injection. Totally, there are 7 kinds of grouting techniques are there. First one is permeation, means simply the material is filled on the surface wherever we have to observe these kinds of cracks. In the second case, that is totally a compaction. We have to go for some quantities of pressures to quick setting. That means by utilizing these compaction groutings, there will be some quick setting will be there. Third one is Z grouting. They need to utilize some high pressure pipelines and pumps for the purpose of spreading the cement over larger heights. So next one is the soil fracture grouting. In some of the cases, the soil will be fractured, especially in the areas of dams and reservoirs and some quantities of canals. In those areas, we have to go for this soil fracture grouting. Next one is circuit grouting. Especially it is observed in slabs circuit coatings. Next one is point grouting. This is a point grouting where we have to observe in the especially in the columns. Next one is electrokinetic injection. These are the 7 kinds of grouting methods and their utilization fields. In this first one is the permeation grouting. In this permeation grouting, what they are utilizing is grout fills the pores without volume changes, include cement grouts, bentonites grouts, and chemical grouts. These are the different variable materials they are utilizing for the purpose of permeation grouting. And the second one is grouting into an open hole in a self-supporting ground through pipes at the surface and through an injection pipe held in a place in the hole of casing a packer. And the third one is from the pipe driven into the ground and withdrawn as an injection proceeds. And last one is through a pipe left in the place in the ground as with a tube. These are the 4 points which involved in this permeation grouting. This is the technique they have to utilize for permeation grouting. First of all, there will be some arrows. That means above the ground level, the pump is fixed so that from the arrow itself they have to connect this grouting material to this pump. After that, in the bottom they are having some quantities of voids. Those grouting material will have to feed these voids. First one is permeation grouting in rocks. That means rocks means we have to go for this folds and faults, so that we have to cover these folds and faults with the help of this grouting materials. On the other hand, we are having this permeation grouting in soils. That means all those are simply a granular particles. In those granular particles also there may be some less bond. To increase the strength, that means physical strength of the soil, they are simply utilizing here a permeation grouting with the help of this technique. And what is the process involved in this permeation grouting? From top to bottom we have to observe. First one is the grouting materials are simply injected into a tank. The tank consists of some blades with the help of motors, so that they will simply mix these contents, and after that they have to feed these mixed materials into agitator, and the agitator will feed that mixed content into a grout pump, and the grout pump will directly supply those mixed content into this supply line and a major pipeline. The major pipeline is associated with this pressure pumps. Why? Because in some of the cases we have to send that materials into a larger depths, so that we have to go for the utilization of pressure pumps in exceptional cases. If all the material is not properly utilized, then the material will we have to feed into the top position, that means first position. The material whichever is excess, those excessive material will have to feed into this preliminary tank. Two cases we have to utilize leather cup type packet and inflammable rubber packet. These are the two different kinds we have to utilize. After that, we are having applications of this PVation permeation grouting. First one, The major purpose of utilizing this pavation grouting is to control the seepage. Normally, seepage means water will be flowing from one land to another land due to the presence of content of voids. So that whenever we are having voids, automatically we have to go to the site and we need to control these voids by using these ground improvement techniques like pavation grouting. In this also we are having two different varieties. First one is for making vertical seepage barriers, those beneath the hydraulic structures. Second one is stoppage of seepage through joints of underground structures such as tunnel lining, basement wall, etc. And second condition is soil solidification and stabilization. Normally, solidification means if the soil is in the content of liquid matter, those liquid matter we have to convert into a solid matter by simply removing whatever the water present in the soil. So that it is simply a solidification technique in the case of soil. It also consisting for stabilization of the soil around tunnels and shafts. It is a technique. And the second content is a compaction with the help of this grouting. Compaction with the help of grouting. In this particular also we are having a pictorial representation. First of all, grout pipe we have to observe. The grout pipe is injected at the depth of that means up to a void, so that we are tightly pumping the content of grouting material from top to bottom with the help of these pressure pipelines. First of all, a good option if the foundation of the existing building requires improvement. That means whenever we have after the construction of a building, there may be continuous settlement due to this found at the foundation levels. To control those continuous settlements, we have to go for utilizing this kind of techniques. That means below the foundation, we have to go and observe how much quantities of voids are present there and how those voids will be removed, so that this technique is simply utilized at that particular space. Since it is possible to inject the grout from a side of an inclined angle to reach beneath the building. And another condition is a bulb shaped grout mass is formed. After the pumping of this grouting material, simply the material will be formed as a bulb shaped material, and soil cement will be utilizing as a grouting content, and it can be performed as pre-treatment before the structure is built. That means before the structure is built means whenever we are utilizing these grouting techniques after the construction, it will take a huge quantity of money and economy. So that beneath the construction of a structure, we have to observe how our soil condition is, and to how we have to assess these voids by using these ground improvement techniques. All those things we have to observe. Next one is applications of compaction grouting. In this particular compaction grouting, they have to observe some densification of loose stratum is takes place in underlying dense soils are there, and beneath the foundations of floor slab or slab jacking is taking place, and the filling of large underground cavities. Underground cavities means if the total structure is in the underground conditions, in those also we have to go for utilizing this compaction grouting. And densification of collapsible soils. Collapsible soils means soils having low shear physical and technical parameters. Those are simply collapsible soils. In those conditions also we have to utilize this grouting techniques. and densification of soils showing organic degradation. Whenever the soil is having some organic matter, so that the bacteria will degrade those organic matter into their food, so that the total volume will be disappearing day by this utilization of bacteria, so that there may be a chance of getting a huge void. So that we have to avoid those conditions by simply applying some chemicals. Those will directly convert those materials into different natures. Next one is jet grouting. It involves in the injection of low viscosity liquid grout into a pore spaces of granular soils. This creates hardened soil to replace loose liquefiable soils. Liquefiable soils means the soil content is having too much of water. Those soils we have to call it as a liquefiable soils. In some of the areas due to this gravity and other actions, the total water will settle at a particular point. The lands in those particular areas having huge liquefiable properties. We won't have to change those. They involve in the injection of low viscosity liquids to this grout and other different pore settings. And the second one is jet grouting is used as a replacement of different techniques in which soils are ranging from silt to clay and weak rocks can be treated. Next one is the method consists of lowering a drill pipe into 150 mm dia of borehole. Simply the hole is made to pump these grout materials onto the void. The drill pipe is specially designed which simultaneously conveys pumped water, compressed air and grout fluid. The three systems of jet grouting are simply single, double and triple groutings. Here we have to observe those systems of grouting techniques: single, double and triple. First one we have to observe single grouting. A single grout jet is there. The purpose of jet is to transfer the material into the pump with high speed, and from the top itself they are injecting this grout material. In the second case there will be a double grout. That means double grout means simply they are injecting this grout jet with the help of some quantity of air. On the top itself also they are simply pumping these grout materials with the help of air, so that from two holes they are injecting air. The purpose of injecting air is to that means a quick flow of this grouting liquid at the end position. On the third one we are having a triple. On the first there will be some water jet or grout jet is there. On the second condition they are having a air shorted water jet. On the third we are having this water air grout material. So that those three grouts water jet is there and air shortlisted, that means air jet is there and some water plus air grout is there. There are completely three kinds of passing mediums we are providing with the help of these triple jets. Next one is a sequence of single jet grouting. How they have to go for this utilization of single jet grouting. On the first diagram we have to observe the total line is in the shape of a small horizontal lines, that means vertical lines. In this vertical lines also we are having some parallel lines. The parallel line simply represents the pipe which will be injecting into the soil. On the top itself we are having the nozzle. From the nozzle itself they are injecting this grouting material. On the second scale there will be having some pipe with some jet. That means jet simply with the help of this water or air or any other solid they are utilizing this jet grouting. On the medium we are having some monitor or grout pipe. On the other hand, we are having this grouped column. That means grouped column or grouted column is there. The grouted column is formed after filling these grouted materials onto the soil conditions. This is the total phenomena of jet grouting. How they will do this jet grouting? First of all, they have to go for injecting this jet pipe. After the injection is there, that means injection of pipe is over, they have to fix this with a jet pipe, that means jet pipe at the bottom, so that there will be some complete flow of fluid from top to bottom. On the third scale, what they have done is they are simply filling these jet materials into the case. And what is the advantages by utilizing this triple jet grouting? Normally we are having three kinds of jets, that means single phase, double phase and triple phase. In the single phase they are directly pumping the liquid. In the double case, with the help of liquid plus some quantity of pressure. In the third phase also simply they are utilizing some solids and liquids and another also some liquids they are utilizing, so that it is a triple jet. At the bottom end of the pipeline they are having mainly two nozzles are provided at 500 mm each or apart. This water nozzle is delivery is water submerged, that means water surrounded by a collar of compressed air to this produce of a cutting jet. And the third one they are having this grout is delivered through a lower nozzle, especially of dia. First one is related to this. At the bottom end of the pipeline system, there will be two nozzles are provided at a 500 mm depth, but in case of upper nozzle, they have to utilize this 1.8 meters of diameter of the pipe, and the second condition they have to utilize some produce cutting jet, and the third condition is the grout is delivered through the lower nozzle. The third one is the triple jet grouting method. How they have to utilize this triple jet grouting? First case they have to go for simultaneous supply of this water, compressed air and this grout materials. In the second case they have to go for this drilling rig. Third case they have to go for this three phase fluid pipe. Fourth condition, the displaced soil is there, there will be some diameter of 150 mm. After that there will be some rotation upper jet water, and simply the jet is filling in the bottom side. And this is the schematic diagram for a triple jet grouting. First of all, there is having some water tank. The water tank is connected with this high pressure water pump. After that there may be some connection of this air compressor, this high pressure pump and this water tank. Those three are mixed with 1 to 1, and some of the grout materials are injected. That means at the bottom we are having grout materials and grout mixer and a grout pump. Those three also having some tendency, those are also having to mix with this content of water plus air compressor plus high pressure water pump. After that, due to this action takes place by air compressor and high pressure water pump, the grout material will be sent to the particular void with a high pressure and high density. Next one is applications of this jet grouting. First of all, in the purpose of groundwater control, Normally in different places there may be some leakages takes place to this groundwater. In those conditions we have to lose a lot of groundwater. So by utilizing this technique of triple jet grouting, we have to control the flow of water in ground level. Next one, movement control. Movement control means the simply water is moving from one point to another point with some directions, so that we have to control those directions and we need to stand that water. And supports, for every fluid there may require some quantity of supports. Those supports we have to provide. And the next one is environmental factors like wind, water and other topographical features. They are also having a chances to act on our structural features like pipes and other things. So we have to focus on these environmental factors also. Why? Because simply we are constructing these sites without knowing these environmental conditions. Due to these heavy rains and seismic levels and other storms and huge temperatures, there may be some cracks and settlements, and these failures will be takes place, so that the environmental impact also is very much important whenever we are going to utilize these kinds of Z groutings. And the next one is groundwater control. How we have to go for the control of groundwater? Preventing a flow either through the sides or into the base of an excavation. Normally, for the purpose of movement of water at high level to low level, we are utilizing steeper slopes. But in case of movement of water from low level to high level, we are utilizing these pumps, preventing flow from these sides into the base of excavation. They are utilizing this controlling of groundwater technique. Controlling of groundwater will be takes place whenever we are having these tunnels, because from the dams to different industries and power generating areas, they have to construct these tunnels for the purpose of diverting the water. So they have to utilize these tunneling techniques, and preventing or reducing water seepage through a water retention structure such as a dam and a flood device of surface, flood defense structure, preventing or reduce the contamination of flow through the ground. These are the major important allocations. Next one is movement control, prevention of groundwater or structural movement during this excavation or tunneling. Next one is supporting the face or slides of the tunneling during this construction of a long-term procedures, and increasing the factor of safety of embankments or cuttings, and providing support to piles or walls to prevent or reduces lateral movement. These are the major four conditions which are to be used for the purpose of controlling this movement of this grouting material. What is the first thing is there will be a restriction to this structural movement. That means some of the structural parts will move according to the slope, so that those are also having a control on the structural parts. And second one is supporting the face of slides of the tunnel during the construction in the long term. And some of the safety factors we have to takes place whenever we are constructing these embankments and the tunnels. In those conditions also there may be some control required in the movement of water or jet materials, and providing these supports to the piles or walls to prevent or reduce these lateral movements. And how they have to go for these supporting techniques? First of all, in the supporting technique itself, there may be some underpinning of buildings takes place during this excavation or tunneling. Underpinning means some of the major parts of the structure, they have to connect with the surrounding structures or surrounding earth. That means they have to connect these major quantities of the structures. Otherwise, there will be a deflection takes place. Due to those deflection, the total structure having a tendency to fall down on the ground surface. And next one is improving the ground to prevent failure through the inadequate bearing. If the soil is having a less quantity of bearing capacity, in those cases also there may be some failure takes place. And transferring a foundation load through these weak materials to competent strata. This means transferring foundation means the all forces have to transfer from one part to another part. At last they have to transfer those forces from a foundation to the ground level, so that the transferring foundation load through weak materials to competent strata. That means in those cases also, if the total soil is very weak in condition, those soil also have to modify by the help of this geosynthetics and some chemical contents. Next one is environmental parameters, how they have to control. First of all, encapsulating these contaminants in the ground to reduce or prevent this contamination offside or into the sensitive water systems. And they have to go for this providing issues or vertical barriers to this confidential flow. Next, last condition is introducing these relative materials into the ground to treat a specific contaminants by creating these permeable reactive barriers. Okay, these are the different contents which are